Mayonnaise! What you gonna do? Yes indeed, it's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet. The brother who told you not to let these January 6 rioters back out on the street, but you did it anyway, and now they're still getting in trouble with the law. And I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, very interesting stories have come up very recently, and there's a lot going on right now in our country, so these stories are kind of getting buried. But I want to make sure that I bring them up so that you folks stay well informed, because there's a good chunk of criminals that have been let loose back out on the streets, and you need to be aware of these types of people. And the people I'm talking about are the people that were involved in the riot and the very treacherous act of January 6th, when their Lord and Savior, the lace front wearing tangerine Donald Trump, lost the election. They tried to usurp the United States, and they tried to circumvent the election process and take over the Capitol. And they thought that this was their job, because they're not loyal to the country, they're loyal to the cult of personality that is Donald Trump. So they wanted to make sure that the tangerine got into office by any means necessary, and they decided to storm the Capitol, break up windows, to attack security guards and police, and try to assassinate and kill people who worked in Congress that day. Now, a lot of these people were charged with conspiracy and treason and with violent acts, and there were some that went to jail. Really, all of them should have went to jail, if you ask me. Now, if I was the judge or if I was the politician in charge, all I would do is say, if I see your face on one of these tapes here of being at this riot, your ass is going to prison. That's all I would say. Like, if I see you here, prison, okay? And we might add some charges based on what you did while you were on camera, but there will be a blanket charge on all of them if I was in charge, right? So, a lot of them were charged, a lot of them did some time, but the lace front wearing tangerine decided that he was going to make sure that he rewards people who try to usurp the election process, especially when they do it for him. The fact that he loves to reward people that kiss his ass and people that, lick on his taint. So the fact that they would go through all this trouble, ruin their own lives, and break the law for him, he feels that needed to be rewarded, and he rewarded them by giving them a blanket pardon. So a lot of these MAGA mutants that were locked up behind January 6th got let back out on the street. And, it seems to not be doing too good for some of them. You have some of them out here who are just incorrigible. And, these are people that obviously don't have any common sense. They don't have any respect for the rule of law. They don't have any respect for law enforcement. That's why they attack the police there. That whole mindset of, we have to defend the police and police lives matter and all this other stuff. That's for black folks. That's supposed to be for black folks, but it's truly these MAGA mutants who have no respect for the law and have no respect for law enforcement. In fact, you have some members of law enforcement who were there at January 6th, who were there committing the same crimes as the other MAGA mutants, the civilian ones. And those guys should be still locked in prison, because if you swore an oath to uphold the law and you were out there acting like a monkey, your ass should be locked in prison. But, like I said, they kissed Trump's ass, so that means they got let back out on the street. Now, a few of them have gotten into some trouble. One in particular, his name was Matthew Huddle, and he has joined the ranks of people like Ashley Babbitt into the shadow realm, because Matthew Huddle has been killed by the police. And apparently he was pulled over during a vehicle stop, and he had an altercation with the police over in Indiana. and the cop decided to take him out of here and send him off to the shadow realm. Now, I don't know what the specifics are. The police are being very vague about this whole situation. And, based on the rhetoric of people like Matthew Huddle, the police have the right to be vague because if he had just complied and he had done what he was supposed to do, right? He wouldn't have died in this situation. That's what they tell us, right? Isn't that what they tell black people when black people are murdered unjustly by the police or any of these renegade vigilante citizens? That we just should have complied, right? So Matthew Huddle should have complied in this situation, and he wouldn't be cold and being worm food at this point if he had just complied with what the cop had said. But the cop took him out of here. Cop took him right up out of here. And, of course, his family is upset because, he just got pardoned. He just got pardoned. He just got out of jail. And already he's out here getting in tussles with the police. You almost have to wonder if he thought he was invincible or that he could never get in trouble because his Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, might have even had like a little picture of Donald Trump around his neck or a little icon or something of Donald Trump, or maybe he had like an autographed lace front and was saying that you police can't do anything to me. Donald Trump is my master and he let me out. So if he's the president, he's in charge, he let me out. I don't have to follow the law, right? I can commit as many crimes as I want and not have to listen to anybody. But I guess he found out the hard way that wasn't true, because this cop decided to show him who was really the authority in that situation. Now, Matthew Huddle's not the only one. He's definitely not the only one. There's another one out here. Her name is Emily Hernandez. So this is one of the spicy flavored MAGA mutants. Okay, she got a little bit of Goya pepper or her MAGA mutantism, right? And she was out here. Now, she was charged during the January 6th riot, but she didn't serve that much time, right? They let her back out on the street. And while she was out on the street, I don't know if she was celebrating or what, but she got drunk and wound up hitting another car head on and killing somebody. She killed a poor woman named Victoria Wilson, and she severely injured Victoria's husband, Ryan. So an entire family destroyed here. Because I watched the trial and I saw the testimony by Victoria's mother. And, her mother obviously is sad, and her sister. They're both very sad that, their loved one is gone. And the family is just torn apart here, all because of the actions of Emily Hernandez. Now, had the Democrats been a little bit more harsh with their sentencing of these January 6 rioters, Emily Hernandez would never been out on the street to even commit this type of crime. You see what I'm saying? But, they're always very lenient to these mayonnaise mutants and these proxies of white supremacy, like the Latino community, right? So they let these people back out on the street, and these people are able to go commit more crimes. And they were able to take someone's life because she wasn't locked up like she should have been, right? So it's real sad here. But like I said, once again, this woman was charged in the whole January 6th riot. She was there acting a damn fool, thinking she was down with these mayonnaise mutants, and they were together, locked together in their whole MAGA bigotry, and they were going to usurp and take over the Capitol for their savior, the lace front wearing Tangerine, and put him back on his throne. And this woman was charged, but she got out and caused a terrible accident. I think, from what I understand, she was driving down the wrong side of the highway. So that's how she wound up hitting this other car head on, because she was coming down the wrong way. And she wound up taking this other woman's life and seriously injuring her husband. This is a very sad story. I hate hearing stories like that. But once again, these were all MAGA people, and they were let out. And even though this woman got a pardon, she's going to prison for 10 years for taking the life of the woman that she hit with her car. So already you have these January 6ers. their king, their savior, Donald Trump, got back in office and gave them a pardon, but a lot of these fools they can't even get a second chance. They can't take a second chance and go sit their ass down somewhere. They're already getting in trouble and going back to prison. And I don't think the pardon can save them for the second time, right? I'm sure their master Donald Trump's like, well, damn, I gave you one pardon. I'm giving you a second chance. And truth be told, if you look into the background of some of these MAGA mutants, you see that they're on their like fourth and fifth chance, right? That's the way things are with white folks, though. They can commit as many crimes as they want, and they don't stay in jail for any long period of time. So that's how they're able to be free of these quote unquote per capita crime stats that they love to quote on social media. But anyway, you folks can let me know how you feel about this in the comments section. And, let me know how long do you think it'll be before another one of these January 6 rioters gets into more trouble, right? Because, these people, obviously they have entitlement issues. They think that the law doesn't apply to them. They think that they don't have to follow the rules. They think they don't have to listen or go along with an actual election. They don't think they have to go with the will of the majority. They think they can do whatever they want. And now Donald Trump has emboldened them even more by giving them a pardon. Let's see how many more of them go to prison or wind up dead based on him letting them back out on the street. Anyway, this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.